Welcome, guys, to Loudmouth Love. This is the Quarantine Dreams edition. I've never went live while recording. I don't have a guest, but I'm going to do my best. I want to have this be an interaction. So the reason why I named it Quarantine Dreams is because we're all stuck in the house. We're bored. We have nothing to do. And with this live, honestly, let me get my life together. Honestly, with this quarantine, I have honestly got my grind and my focus back. As you guys know, some of you guys know, I started Loudmouth Love podcast last year around this time. I did really well with it, but as you guys know, I do travel for work. So it's kind of hard sometimes for me to continue to record when I'm on the road for 4 to 5 weeks at a time. But I'm here and we're going to do this. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I see you guys. So today's episode is called Quarantine Dreams. What have you guys been doing since you've been stuck in quarantine? We're going to interact on these lives and I'll read out your name. Hey, Alexis. Hey, Jaleesa. Hey, Jaleesa. Janae. I have my wine. That might be why I'm kind of nervous and a little hot. So guys, I have my, come here. So today I do have my cousin Tina helping. She helped with setting up some of the lights, well, the 2 lights that I have, and also cutting them on for me. So come on real quick, say hello before the show starts.
Hello, everyone.
All right.
Goodbye.
Can you go give me a paper towel, please? I'm a little hot. I'm not going to act like a diva on here. But I'm nervous. I've never really been live before. Eating and drinking at home. Yes. What have been you guys' favorite snacks? Honestly, I haven't been snacking. I don't know what's coming on to make me not want to snack, because everybody's been talking about how they've ran through all of their quarantine snacks. And that just hasn't been me. Hot Cheetos, Oreos, that jacket I do need to take the jacket off. I was trying to rep. So shout out to Refined Butterflies, Spring 09, Beta Kappa chapter, Wilberforce University. I'm trying to rep for both right now because of this, we have, I have to tell my mom, Mommy, can you please stop calling me? I'm on live. But because of this whole coronavirus, I have not been able to go to any events. As you guys know, I'm a busybody. It has actually, yes, she keeps calling me and it keeps interrupting the broadcast. Like, go on live, you'll see me. It's no need to call me. I'm over here sweating like Marion Barry in the 90s, saying some speeches. All y'all for DC know. So a lot of people saying since the quarantine, they've been working. Well, let's start with the story. I travel so much and it's been ridiculous. I actually was on the road last week. Well, not this past week, but the week before that, I was in Indiana, where in the county right next to us, they had about over 100 cases. And I work in the healthcare IT industry. So with that, I work in doctor's offices. So I have more of a chance of being around somebody that's coming in to get tested for it than anybody else would. And with that travel, because I live in Georgia, I fly. So I'm already on dirty airplanes. And it's even worse now because you don't know who has it, because it's people with symptoms, without symptoms, and you don't know. Yes, I am sweating. I'm hot. But through this quarantine, I feel like just to kind of bring everything back in, I've actually learned how to sit the hell down. I've never been the person that knows how to just chill and relax. And this has really brought back all of my energy. I actually feel well rested. And I haven't felt well rested in over a year. And that's not good. Yes, on Facebook Live, she says, literally stuck in the house, been going on 2 weeks and working from home. Yes, last week was my first time working from home. So let me tell you the timeline. So Monday, me working from home, I said, okay, I'm going to be prestigious. I'm going to sit at this table, everything set up, my coffee, my breakfast, and no calls came through, maybe 2 or 3. And it was just like my back was hurting. I'm being so stiff. I'm like, hold on. You've always wanted to see what it was like to work from home. Go sit on the couch and relax. See how this goes. The next day, I didn't sit on the couch. I sat at the table, the chair by the window. That was cool. I saw the squirrels and the birds chirping because nobody was out. Everybody's scared. But after that got a little boring. So I finally sunk into the couch the last 3 days of the week, and I truly enjoyed it. I had my shows on when it was time to do things for work, put that on pause. On lunch, I was able to cook my lunch. I was able to really relax and sink into everything. And along with this quarantine, we have us here. Loudmouth Love. So let's clap it up for everyone that's been a fan since last year. I am finally back. And I also, with the quarantine, ordered this mic and the headphones and a few other things to not have the excuse of not being able to record because I can't get out the house. Because along with my crazy schedule, I'm not able to get to my producer to do everything I need to do. So I've been trying to teach myself new things. And along with that, it's recording my own show. Let me show you guys here. So right here, I have Adobe Audition set up. You guys on Facebook won't be able to see that. But with this, I'm teaching myself something new so that I can make sure I always have content coming out for you guys, because I don't want it to get to the point where you're like, oh, where are the shows? Where are the shows? And the reason why we don't have no shows is because Charity don't know how to edit audio. I could edit some videos, but when it comes to audio, it's a whole different animal. So with me, I'm teaching myself new things, and the quarantine has actually, to me, been a blessing in disguise. So how many of you guys feel like you guys are benefiting from this mandated sit in the house, quarantine, try not to get sick? Go ahead and give me a hand raise. Give me a couple likes. Because I know I'm not the only one that's learning to sit down and just relax. Okay, so I have a friend, Alexa. She is a nurse. And can you give me a couple different things, okay, that has been messing you up with being a nurse? And as we've seen the news broadcast from the president, he doesn't have the equipment that you need to even do your job to treat these patients. So share with our live family right here how that's been for you. Okay, Amber, shout out to Would You Wear? Not like the question, would you wear, but would you wear? WOOD, you wear. Check her out. She's really dope. She's been featured on so many blogs. And that's my homie since high school. Even though we didn't know each other in junior high school, she made fun of my yellow rain jacket. She's still the homie. So yes, becoming a better artist is one thing that I really want to do. Honestly, this is really interesting. I'm actually recording and I'm actually on live at the same time. So if y'all have y'all wine, raise your glass, because I'm finally doing something myself. Can we get a couple hearts? Let me see these hearts fill the screen. Yes, Amber, promote yourself. Would you wear? And this is also my first podcast recording where I'm drinking wine, because that's the only thing that's been keeping me on track. But now that we have a couple of people in here, I'm going to tell you why I called this show Quarantine Dreams. Quarantine Dreams. I had to have a little song in there because I'm not able to do my Who sample. I don't have a guest. So for me, I feel like since this quarantine started, not only have I got my rest, I got back on my grind, but I feel like the dreams that I've had, I actually have the time to sit down and do it and not have no excuse about not doing it. So let's talk about how I feel it is to survive as my fellow social butterflies. So, being a social butterfly, you guys know what that means. You like to be out. You like to meet people. You like to just be on the scene and do things. For the social butterflies like myself, I think the easiest thing for you to do the first few days of being on lockdown or feeling like that you can't go anywhere is to rest. Take this opportunity to not have the excuse of not being able to do anything. Like, a lot of times we don't take naps is because it's like, oh, I got to run to the store. I got to do this. I have to go to this event. I have to go to this party. I have to make sure that I'm just seen. And especially with a lot of millennials, to really feel like you're putting yourself out there, you have to be on the scene. And I know a lot of people think being on the scene is being at every party, knowing all the socialites and things. It's not about that. I think for me, I just don't know how to sit down. I really don't like it. And it's not that I don't want to take a nap. It's just, I feel like I'm missing something. So, I think to survive this quarantine as a social butterfly, sit down, rest, enjoy it. Next, take advantage of your time. So, many people that know me know I have too many pictures and videos on my phone. It's to the point that I was not able to take new pictures. It was to the point that I would go on Instagram, take a picture like I was putting it on my story, screenshot it, and force it to save. Hold on, what she said? I think, so Janae said, but I think the best thing to do during this Rona time is to properly manage your time. Yes. So with one of the first things I did was clear my phone. So after last week of being on the road, not the week that just passed, but the week before, the week prior, I went and enjoyed nature. So I went in the Lawrenceville area of Atlanta, I went to one of the waterfalls. So at the waterfall, it was technically social distancing. I was not within 6 feet of a whole group of people. And I was in nature. I was breathing fresh air. So that day I came home, being in the sun, you're tired. I took a nice long shower with my nice smelling good black soap. Shout out to Shea Moisture for that. And I just rested. I didn't think about anything that I needed to do, because I feel like a lot of times when I do sit down, I'm being lazy because I know it's something else that I could be accomplishing. But I took that time and I chilled. I probably poured a glass of wine, caught up on my TV, and went from there. After that next day I woke up at 1 o'clock. I don't know the last time I slept till 1 o'clock. I slept till 1. And I got up and I cleared my phone. And while I was clearing my phone, I discovered something new on iPhones that I didn't know that happened. If you guys suffer from memory, so I have a 64 gig iPhone 8 Plus. So everybody's like, you need to delete those pictures. I finally went to my settings to see what was taking up all the space. It was all the music. Y'all know I'm a music lover. So I had just too much just going on. So I saw that they have a feature where you could toggle over. And when you toggle over, it deletes music from your phone that you hadn't listened to in within the past 6 months or something like that. Because how many of us get into a rut where we're like, I want to hear this song all the time, and you don't pay attention to the previous songs that you like? I took that time and I actually just cleared my phone, reset it, reboot it, because my way out of it was to do what? Not be in the house and handle my business, was to run to T-Mobile and get them to fix it. So I got everything cleared out and I was happy. I was able to do what you're supposed to do on an iPhone. Also, with taking advantage of your time, cleaning and organizing your space. I've never been the person that's like, oh, it has to be super concrete, straight. You seen that lady on Netflix that teach you how to organize and stuff. I don't feel like, that feel like you're living, but take the opportunity to clean up your space, organize your closet, go through clothes you're not watching. Wearing. Watching. Go through the clothes that you're not wearing and, purge. Do what you got to do to get things together. From there, for me, I'm just going to give you what taking advantage of the time is. So along with, I know I already said rest, but taking advantage of that time is resting. I have days where I don't have to go anywhere to take an extra couple hours to sleep, or X, Y, and Z. The most I have to do now is take a shower, brush my teeth, put some more lounge clothes on, go to the living room and work. So I'm going to ask some of my people on live right now, how do you take advantage of your time since being on quarantine? And don't be shy, guys. So while I'm waiting for some other ideas of how to take advantage of your time, we're going to play a drinking game. Whenever it's a pause, take a sip. So Alexis is telling us to sleep and drink wine. Okay, breaking the day down. That's good. I have been seeing a lot of people plan out their day. And also, even though you're supposed to be in the house quarantine, if you take a walk around your neighborhood, that's another good way to still get a workout in that you may not have been able to do. Okay, meal prepping. That's another good thing to do. Oh, somebody said also, now along with meal prepping, learning new recipes, writing, cooking, blog work, YouTube, etc., planning my day. So I guess I haven't taken the time to actually write it down, but I guess for me, planning my day, because normally I have to be at work around 9 o'clock. So I get up about 8:15, 8:30. When I get up, I jump in the shower, brush my teeth. I try, like, my favorite breakfast is so easy, boiled eggs and avocado. Most simple thing, make some coffee, drink some water, and sit at the computer with some headphones. Okay, on Facebook Live, we have, they said since the quarantine, they're really getting a true understanding out of what it means to educate educate your own child because of the system. Because the system is shot. So I'm not a parent, but I have seen where a lot of parents are giving props to the educators. They always put so much on the educators to actually do the teaching of the kid. But I also believe that outside of school, you need to teach your kid at home. Like, I understand we put our trust into the educators, but at some point you have to take responsibility and make sure your kid is learning things that aren't in those textbooks. Even if it's not something that's going to help them get a job, teach them family history. I feel like in our generation, that's something that's so disconnected because nobody knows anybody maybe past their grandma, great grandma. So taking that time to go through old family photos and really introduce your children to people they may have never met. Someone just said it's been a journey educating my own children at home. And I commend you guys because that is a jump, because not only are you now educating your children at home, but you're also having to work from home. So you're doubling your schedule and planning. Let me see. Someone said we should all take the time to learn and perfect skills. That's something that our generation ignore, old-fashioned know-how. That is true. Like me right now, recording live and recording my podcast, that's learning a skill. I have the skill of speaking. I have the skill of media, but doing it without a team is something I had never imagined doing, because when you go to any type of production or film or trade school, you learn to do things as a team. So now just taking the time to just hone in my own skills and not being scared to mess up and going from there. So we have that here, which is right there, taking advantage of your time. So the next thing I have for our social butterflies is making a master plan. For me, making a master plan is not only planning out your day, but sticking to what you plan. How many of us say, oh, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, but don't do anything? So along with planning your day, along with saying this is what I need to accomplish, stick to your goals. I don't think many of us have the time to waste, because as we see with this virus, time is short, life can be short, and you might not expect it. So do everything you set yourself out to do and accomplish that. So someone said, shout out to Mr. Kenny from Wilberforce. He said, pipeline to prison is a real thing. So we are not involved 50% in our black male babies. and we will be miseducated. That is true. Setting goals is very important, yes. So take this time to really create that master plan, and don't be afraid to fail, which is a scary thing for me. I think I'm always like, oh, if I don't do it right, I'm not going to get the goal that I set. Everything is not going to be what I expected it to be, but do it. Like, I'm sure we all look up to different celebrities and think if they never would have recorded your favorite song, they wouldn't be who you look up to them to be. So then it kind of connects to rest, but reconnect with self. After you've rested your body, after you have taken the time to really handle everything that you need to handle, reconnect with yourself. Really sit with yourself and figure out what you like and what you don't really like. I think a lot of times we get so stuck in the rut where like, this is the norm. This is what I like to do. I have to continue to do that. And you fall short because you're not trying to grow and evolve. So take this time where you have no extra distractions of commuting to work or maybe mindlessly shopping at the mall. Take that time to really just reconnect. I will say this first week of me not being out and about, I've learned so many more things about myself that I didn't think I was going to learn. Really tapping into your own emotions and really knowing how to adapt, readjust, and tackle whatever you're going through. Because at the end of the day, you could get advice from X, Y, and Z. All these people, they gonna come to see, and you still got to figure it out on your own. So I feel like reconnecting with yourself is a big thing. Our social butterflies. So everybody that's just tuning in on the live broadcast, we're talking about how to survive the quarantine as a social butterfly. So the fun part, how many of you guys have attended a quarantine kickback, a quarantine DJ set on Instagram, a party on Zoom, a group chat? How many of you guys have tapped into that? I know I have, and it's been a good time. Being that I can't go anywhere, I still need to be able to talk to my people. So how many of you guys have taken the time to do that? Can I get a couple heart flutters? A couple comments? Oh, another good thing somebody just said. They have been taking the time reconstructing their finances. I can't talk today. Reconnecting their finances and because they haven't really been spending. So all my DC folks, all the go-go bands have been doing go-go's. So you ain't got to spend $20, $30, $40 to get in. You can party in your living room, stream it live. A lot of artists have been doing concerts. And let's clap it up for DJ D-Nice. For all of you guys that may not know, he's an old school rapper. He had the song, My Name is D-Nice. My name is D-Nice. So if you know him from that, he's been doing live streaming his DJ set. So he said the first day he did it last week, it wasn't planned to be as big as it was, but it turned out that way. So he said he was DJing for a couple people. And of course he has celebrity friends. But then from there, Michelle Obama and other, big name prestigious people start chiming into his lives. So he kept going. The more and more people got onto his live, he kept going. And he ended up partying and DJing for 10 straight hours. Along with those 10 straight hours, he did not repeat not one song. So we all know we have these new DJs, no shade, but them push button DJs where they don't mix, they don't scratch, they don't show their knowledge of music, because all they doing is like, oh, this the new hit. Like you rock for a second and boom, okay, the next song. He was mixing, layering, showing what songs sampled from where, which is my favorite. So I really enjoyed the fact that he did that. And it's a lot of DJs that have been doing the live sets, and he's done the live sets before he went viral, because I actually already followed him because I'm such a old school hip hop head. but it's really cool to see that he went from 200,000 followers to over 1 million overnight. So that just shows doing what you love and taking advantage of this time can take you to some other places that you don't even expect. So I think reconnecting with others has been fun. And it's also showing us to use our technology in the proper way. So yes, we like to go look at everybody's lives through Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. But this has also showed us that in distance, we can still come together. I've been to like 3 kickbacks online, and it's feeding my soul. It's feeding my social butterfly soul. I'm able to catch up with friends, sorority sisters, family members, and just really see what they got going on. And it's been fun. You can play drinking games over Zoom. We had somebody with their cards, and they'll read, if your name starts with a B, take a shot or sip your wine. If your birthday in January, like, it was fun. And I got to meet people that I never would have met if this quarantine wouldn't happen. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Everyone should take the time to utilize the time to plan, strategize, and execute. That's exactly what I was saying. So right now I'm going over how to survive the quarantine as a social butterfly. The first thing I said was to rest, take advantage of your time, master plan. So while you're taking advantage of your time with that master plan is executing what you've planned. Then from there, I was saying reconnect with yourself. So while you're resting, you also want to reconnect with yourself. Be real with yourself. Talk about the things that you need to work with yourself with, because you don't have no escape. You don't have nowhere to go. If you couldn't go to Villanoshay's, where the hell could you go? Yes, Taylor, I had my box wine at that group party on Zoom, and I had a good time. I almost fell asleep on the couch. So with reconnecting with others, I've also seen families actually spending time in the house and enjoying themselves. Pull out those old board games. Amber from Would You Wear, well, I sound like a news reporter, but she said she's made new viral buddies. I even seen where a guy was at the D-Nice party and slid in somebody's DMs because he was like, yeah, I saw you from across the bar. And boom, they talking now. So, take this time to really reconnect yourself and with others. Next, I feel like mine are kind of like is the same thing, but it's reiterating because you have more time to do it. So after you've taken advantage of the time to do whatever you need to do, organizing your house, setting business goals, making your master plan, executing, reset your goals. So after you've taken that time to sit down and say, okay, I want to do X, Y, and Z. If you see that it's not working, reset them. Find a new way to do it. Nobody has nothing to do after 5 or 6 but sit in the house. Call your friends that you know is an expert on something and ask them to help you to do something. Ask them where, you can use different resources. If you saw they did something like maybe edited a picture, what software do they use? If you know somebody has been cleansing themselves mentally and spiritually, what resources, what podcasts they've listened to, also what books they've read, things like that. What's crazy? Lately, a lot of things have just been like falling in my lap. So when I was on my last Go Live, I pulled the seat back and I found this book, and it's called 6 Thinking Hats by Edward de Bono. And it talks about your success in business, and it depends on how well you think. So just a quick overview. I've flipped through it a little bit, but I haven't fully read it. But it was like the white hat, neutral and objective, concerned with facts and figures. The red hat, the emotional view. The black hat, careful and cautious, the devil's advocate hat. The yellow hat, sunny and positive. The green hat, associated with the fertile growth, creativity, and new ideas. Where I think I am currently. I used to be more in the red hat, emotional. Oh, this isn't going to work. So I felt like with the green hat, I'm starting to be creative. and not emotional and worried about what's going to happen. And then the blue hat, cool, the color of the sky. Above everything else, the organizing hat. So if you're not the type that actually sets the goals, executes them, and get all nervous and emotional, I'm gonna just keep going because a lot of us are emotional. I really feel like for me, I'm trying to tap more into this green and the blue hat. I need to organize and remain creative and not be discouraged. So if you would like to look at this book, I'm sorry, on Instagram it's a little flipped, but Facebook is looking right. 6 Hats. And I found this in my rental. The name of the book, for everyone in the back, 6 Hats by Edward de Bono. So on that, we're going to take a pause for the calls and sip your wine, guys. Oh, yes. Thank you for agreeing, Alexis. Resetting is important. And she also said she wished people knew it was okay to start over as much as they need to get where they need to be. I really feel like that's a strong statement because you get started and it's like, I just got to keep with the same path. But how many times have you guys been driving and your phone died and you just got to keep reconnecting and remembering based on like landmarks? So maybe you get to a certain point in your planning and then the landmark just kind of like, oh, hold on, wait. You lost service. You missed out something. You might have to go back to that first landmark that you remembered, and instead of turning right, turn left. So I think that's a good thing to remember is it's okay to reset. So take chances. Like me today. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm here. Yo, hey Tevin, what's up? Yeah, you really have to just do it. I've had these lights to set up. Have I utilized them? No. But today, I'm taking the time. I don't have nothing to do. I'm using my new mic that I'm so happy about because I'm able to record. And while I'm recording and getting back into the game, I'm like, why not go live? Everybody at home, they're going to watch. So, yes, take chances. What was the Nickelodeon? Take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. Keep that mindset. We was Nickelodeon kids. You already know what it is. Learn something new, I've said a couple times. And enjoy this time. This is the first time in history I think everything has been on shutdown mode. And also, I do want to acknowledge people that are essential. Can we get a couple hearts and claps for our essential employees? Like, God bless them and thank you guys for them because without them, things wouldn't be moving. Our nurses, our policemen, our people that work at factories that keep our grocery stores stocked up. The people that have to work at the store because they don't get PTO, they don't have any type of way to continue to pay them without them coming in to make them hours. So let's make sure we acknowledge them, be extra courteous to them. Because just like you, you're out for a couple minutes to do what you got to do. They're out there because they have to be there. And if they don't, they lose their money. So thank you to all the essential workers. Because being essential ain't fun, but somebody got to do it. So who wants to give me some more topics? We talked about how to survive quarantine as a social butterfly like myself. For all the people that are just tuning in, I'll reiterate, rest, take advantage of your time, create a master plan, reconnect with self, reconnect with others, reset your goals, take chances and learn something new. I don't think it gets better than that. And then for some people that are home and do not have to work, you have more time than anything to do what you got to do. Even if you're not the most creative being, if it's finding a way to make money because your job is about to lay you off for no reason, do what you got to do. I also want to I want to take the time again. I did in the beginning, but shout out to my Wilberforce family. We were not able to go and celebrate our Woo fam and be amongst all of our, college friends this weekend because of COVID-19. But shout out to you guys. Also, shout out again to my LS's. Happy 11 years. So what have been some of y'all challenges since being stuck in the house? I want to talk about some of the quarantine challenges. So we all know if you didn't get your toilet paper that first day, you might be out of luck. Shit, out of luck. Oh, wow. So somebody on the West Coast, shout out to Los. Check out his podcast as well. He's telling us that dispensaries are closed. So I'm sorry for all you guys that like to elevate your mind. Somebody also said the kids are eating up all the snacks. Surprisingly, I have not went through all the snacks. I did bring a snack down here with me in case I wanted to, but that's too much crunch and munch in your ears, and I don't got time for that. Oh, someone said separating their kids before they rip each other apart. She has a Virgo and a Gemini. So for you guys that love Zodiac, y'all know what she's talking about. For me, the quarantine challenges, of course, like I just told you, I'm a social buddy. Butterfly. See, I talk too fast. I gotta slow it down. Cause y'all not listening slow. Y'all listening. I'm just going too fast. But my challenge with quarantine is being home. For me, I'm not used to it. It's literally not trying to figure out what to do, but just taking that time and just sitting down. Other things, I know when you go out to these stores, we don't have that luxury of walking in the store and you know what you're looking for is going to be there. My tip for you, get out early. Stores open around 7, 8 in the morning. Get there early. They have different unique lineup structures. And you just want to make sure if you need something, if you're running out of toilet paper and you're running out of toilet paper and toilet tissue, if you're running out of those things, soap, all of that, please make a list and check it twice, because it's not going to be naughty or nice when you can't wipe your butt. So, essentials for quarantine. Lysol aerosol spray. This right here is a hot commodity. I took advantage of this spray before this. This was the last bottle at the store. I snatched it and put it in my trunk like I just bought a new MacBook and I didn't want nobody to rob me. Next, I got the jumbo pack of Lysol wipes. Use them at your... Girl, I bought this Lysol when I was in Indiana on the Go Live. I bought like 4 bottles of them. They were like $7 a piece. Sorry, Rashad. But yes, Lysol. Because with this Lysol, they said it kills the germs on the surface. They said it sits on the cloth for about an hour and in the air for about an hour, but on hard surface, on hard surfaces, it can sit there for days on end. So you just want to make sure that you're cleaning even more than you've been cleaning before. So yes, Lysol wipes. This right here is the holy grail. I've never been mad that I did not appreciate those gift bags that had hand sanitizer. This right here, I have not cracked it open because I don't want to start pumping and then I can't stop pumping. So yes, this Purell or any alcohol-based hand sanitizer, have this on deck and use it. Don't use it because you don't want to wash your hands. Use it because you can't get to a sink at that time. Also, if for guys that are essential to travel, like myself, try to find the Clorox wipes or the Lysol wipes in the travel section. I know I looked yesterday and it's sold out, but make sure that you utilizing those things because you can't trust the public to keep things clean as you would. Also, stay hydrated. Like, that's just normal. And wear your gloves. So one thing I've been seeing about wearing your gloves, I personally didn't wear gloves the whole time I was out in public, but they said with wearing your gloves, don't cross-contaminate. So don't be in the store like picking up everything you need, then turn around with your gloves and touch everything in the house. You're not saving anything or keeping anything safe because you're going from, oh, I'm being safe, but then I'm touching my face with it and I'm doing everything else with it. Try to, use those if you need them. And then for me, if you're into just feeling good at home, find some type of essential oil just to kind of like rub in your temples and things like this. This is eucalyptus I got from Bath and Body Works, aromatherapy. Try not to stress during this. Like all the commercials have said, in these uncertain times, stay safe, stay home, we're home with you, all of that. Do what you got to do to stay sane. So if it's going to these quarantine kickbacks, if it's drinking your wine, in the words of Los, and the dispensaries being closed, if it's you needing to go and, hit your man up, do what you got to do to stay sane. To me, I also look at clothing while you're out. Try to keep covered as much as you can. I know it's hard because it's springtime now, but remain covered. Try to just, keep your skin from being exposed. One thing that I did realize, as soon as I come in the house, I take the stuff off, put something else on because I feel like I haven't sat or touched anything that could be contaminated. And let's talk about, have y'all seen these memes? What has your favorite meme been during this quarantine? Been thinking about like spraying down my doorknobs of my car, but I do need to do that. I haven't really been out like that. A lot of people have been talking about, because they're already introverts, is like, welcome to the party, guys. This is what I've been doing. While you guys have been complaining about being in the house, this is an everyday thing. And I'm actually liking it. And my favorite meme right now, like it's a lot, because I like to crack jokes. But right now, my favorite meme is the one where it says, as soon as they say y'all could go outside, I'ma still wait. I'm going to let y'all be the testers to make sure this coast is clear. Because for me, I was like, oh, I could go outside. Time to go. But yeah, I'm going to give it a little time, let the air settle. Because honestly, for me, I don't think we're going to be clear to really do anything as normal as we're used to for about a year. Think about it. They're saying let's lower the curve. But I think with lowering the curve is trying to get less new cases. And although we may get less new cases, it's still going to be lingering. It's certain things that just are going to be around. So I think this is going to teach us to have more precaution. It's going to teach us personal space when you're out. You don't need to be all up on me, Susan. Back up. We going to get these same eggs and we're going to get that same butter. Chill. Sporting events, I think, is going to be different because you know how they like to pack the house and everything. I don't think people are going to be as comfortable as they used to with being in close proximity with people, especially if you don't know what's going on with them. The other thing, parties. Like, is it going to be a true limit to how many people could come in a club at a time? I'm not sure. And then it's funny because a lot of introverts are like, or even people that can work from home, they're like, yes, it's cool, I've been doing this, but the fact that I don't have the choice to go and do what I want to do, it's still bothersome in a way. Yeah, a lot of people did say they were going to go hard this summer. I'm ready for the summer. I turned 30 this year, so please let this pass for our Leo babies to celebrate. Sorry to you Aries and possibly Geminis, but the Leo's still going to turn up. I think, how do you feel about how the commercials have come out so rapidly? To me, it's kind of funny that, yes, we knew it had been around since January, but isn't it a little too fast for all of these companies to have all these commercials about the uncertain time? In my conspiracy theory mind, to me, it's almost like, how did you, with us not being able to have a certain amount of people in an area. How did you guys know to do this commercial before those mandated things happen? Like, I honestly just really... Anybody got any other conspiracy theories? Yes, I have. I think I'm starting to kind of become an introvert in a way because it feels good, but I want to go outside. Like, I found myself actually sitting on the patio more versus just sitting on the couch and chilling. Like, sitting on the patio to me feels good. It's the closest I can get to being out in the public. That is very true that it has been around since January and it's been here even before then because it's just a new strand of the SARS, which I think was the bird flu. So I think it's just been created to be a little bit more stronger than it had been in the past. But one of the things that I've been seeing is kind of funny, where they're saying, yes, stay at home and quarantine. But the funniest is Black people find a way to find a way. And they said Black people's version of quarantining is going to somebody's house that you know. That shit like just made me laugh so hard because that's very true. The other day I actually went to somebody's house like, hey, I'm gonna come over. I know you're good. When I should have been in the house. But to me, it was kind of cool because it got you out, but at least you was at somebody's house that you knew was good. So I do really feel like, I'm trying to figure out, do I like it like this? Or do I like it like this? And my headphones is kind of, I'm getting a little feedback, so I'm trying to figure out how I should work it out. But yeah, like I really feel like for us, it's just finding ways to be social. And for me, I think I want to do a TikTok. Like TikTok's been around, but I really feel like I'm going to make a TikTok because my favorite song is, if you back it up, is it fat? Now watch me throw it back. So I think I'm gonna try to do a TikTok. The Megan Thee Stallion challenge is too hard. It's too many moves. You do this and then you gotta turn and flip it and reverse it. And I ain't yearn for them. But yeah, I don't think I could do the Megan challenge. I feel like the Megan challenge is a little too intricate. But I like the other one, bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Born in the motherfucking house and I'm in. So I think I'm about to do a TikTok because I'm running out of other stuff to do. And it looks fun. And it's going to occupy my time. And it's going to help with my creativity because along with doing these TikToks, I won't do the average. We're going to have scenes. We're going to have outfit changes. We're going to be on the roof. We're going to be in the forest, in the street, the driveway, goes riding the whip and shit. We're doing it all. Yes, I do believe that TikTok is some good cardio because you're going to continue to do it over and over and over. Hey, everyone that's just joining my live. This is my first live recording of my podcast, Loudmouth Love. So let's go ahead and handle this business. If you guys have yet to follow or like on Facebook, Loudmouth Love Podcast, take this time to do so. This is episode 8. This is great. And I can't think of nothing else around with it besides skate, and it don't make sense. But just follow Loudmouth Love Podcast on Instagram. Also like us on Facebook. We're available on all podcast streaming websites. I will try to do more of these lives to kind of show my face more. I was always nervous about getting on camera because I felt like I would be too focused on, what do I look like? And not really necessarily the content, but it's kind of fun. We'll do a couple of these. Maybe I'll do another live when I have a guest, when I'm able to go outside. Maybe I can go to somebody's house. We could check our temperatures before we start, make sure we straight, and go from there. But welcome to my live. Welcome to my live. I didn't get on at 5. It was about 7. 77. But have you guys enjoyed this? Like, is this something that you would like to see more often? Can I get some hearts? How many of y'all are bored in the house bored? How many TikToks have you guys done? Oh, you did the Savage Megan Stallion? Y'all having fun? Thank you, guys. Thank you. And make sure you share this live even after the broadcast. I'm doing this to get back into the groove of recording, as well as trying to reach people in different ways. I know a lot of people like videos. A lot of people don't like just hearing your voice. So I'm trying to connect everything together and trying to find new avenues to keep my lovelies entertained. Okay, so when you finish practicing, please post and tag Loudmouth Love. So if you guys do any new TikToks and post it, please tag Loudmouth Love in your story and we will make sure that we share it, because I want to make sure that everybody's quarantine dreams come true and that you come out of this stronger, that you come out of this wiser, and that you actually took advantage and settled whatever insecurities or goals that you had not done. I honestly took the time to relax and recuperate and get your mind right. But guys, it's been fun. Thank you for tuning in. Again, make sure you guys follow Loudmouth Love Podcast on Instagram. Like us on Facebook. Share, repost, tag us and all your TikToks and all of your posts of whatever you're doing in the house. I want to see it. I want to be able to, really show that this quarantine has turned into a blessing in disguise. Yes, it's going to change life as we know it when it comes to being social and being out in the world. But let's come out of this thing real strong, We will survive. As long as you know how to love, you'll know you'll stay alive. You got all your life to live. Take this quarantine to give. You will survive. You will survive. Hey, hey. Bye, y'all.